Okay, so this a little weekly little post analysis. This is how the last couple weeks been going on with just my strategy. Trying to do something a little different. Okay, so boom. So I won't even start from there, but I've been really focused on. Just building my strategy and critiquing it. And I don't know, it's just been hard. But at the same time, I've been figuring out a lot as I've been losing, and I only lose when I'm learning something. So I've been trying to take that with a grain of salt. So boom, I got on January 14th, it's the 27th today. I got back testing GBP, JPY, and I noticed something. It'll be selling, right? But I know the whole trend is an uptrend. You feel me? So when it's selling, I'm over here looking for buys, and it's not that I'm wrong. It's just that, hey, you're not going with the current trend right now on the intraday time frame, because I'm a scalper. So as a scalper, I could be trying to buy and I'm losing. But as a swing trader, I'll 9 times out of 10 be winning because I'm getting in at a different level. So as a scalper, I'm trying to get in at these key levels, but they're not strong enough, because swing traders, it's basically, as a scalper, you're trying to get in and get out, get in, get out. I can't really keep saying I'm a scalper, because I'm not necessarily trying to get in and get out. I'm actually trying to hold my trade for 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. But I'm over here taking trades that's only 1-1s and 2-1s and thinking that I could hold them for longer than that, but I'm not at those key levels. The key levels that I'm getting in at are at levels where, hey, I could hold for 1-1, 2-1. That's what I've been used to my whole trading career so far, the last 2-3 years. You feel me? But now I'm trying to critique it and fix it, and I'm expecting to just automatically be winning, but I have to change my key levels, and I also have to adapt to the market, knowing like the trend is my friend, and every time I go against it, I'm gonna lose. So I have to fix the trends of me trading with the trend. I have to fix my key levels, support and resistance levels of where I get in at. I have to make sure I'm coming in at specific times. If we notice right here that I got my times on here, I'll make it a little bigger. I got my times on here when I should actually come into the market. You feel me? And then other than that, I have to accept when I'm wrong. You feel me? But a lot of my trades, bro, if I'm trading my setup, I have a strategy. It goes my way. It's always me going against it, because I'm over here trying to critique my strategy, and I'm not noticing, like, bro, how do you expect to win every time when you're critiquing still? It's not mastered yet. You feel me? So yeah, with that being said, so before I learned these last couple weeks, I wasn't trading with the trend for my time frame, for the type of trader that I am. I think I'm gonna stop calling myself a scalper. I'm gonna be known as a day trader, an actual day trader, where I'm actually holding my trades a little longer rather than only holding for 10, 20, 30 pips. You feel me? And the way to master that is by fixing the trend, fixing my levels that I get in at, and then my risk management. You feel me? Because I'm used to being up. I was just up $20,000 in a trade yesterday, and I let it all come back because I wasn't really worried about the money. I was really worried about fixing my strategy and like what's going wrong with it. You feel me? Because why am I losing? So boom. So we got to start off with, if we're looking for a trade, we got to start off with the trend. After we start off with the trend, we mark our trend, right? At first, I had the trend to where it was touching this level right here. You feel me? It was touching this level, this pullback right here. But that isn't the trend. That isn't the next time I need to connect the trend. The next time I needed to connect the trend was when it hit the next support or resistance level and showed support. Not where it made a pullback, where it hit the next support or resistance level and then showed support. So I'll connect it right here at this level, because that's the level where it had broke above and then it showed support. This, it just was just a regular pullback. That's all that was. I can't connect the trend line to that. But it's still in the uptrend, you feel me? But it just, if I'm looking for my trade on the trend lines, it's not gonna work. So boom, I connected it right there. Boom, we're all, I want to say we're all good right there, right? It's touching the line, we're on the trend line, boom. I'm gonna show you guys, or show myself something, because I'm gonna be the only one looking back at this. I have my sessions. So after I figure out what trend I'm looking for, what trades I'm looking for, right? Am I looking for buys or sales? I have to figure out what set, or I have to figure out if I'm in my session, because if I'm not in my session, I don't need to be trading. I've been finding myself trying to trade Asian session because I'm going with the trend, and I'll lose. I'll just lose, but I'll be right. And it's not necessarily that I can't trade Asian session. I also haven't mastered my support and resistance levels. You feel me? So with that being said, it's on some fuck. Like I could trade Asian session too, but I haven't even mastered my other part, support and resistance levels, because I'm trying to hold trades, and I'm not even getting in at the right key levels. So boom, I learned that. So if we go back, we'll see. Like I was trying to take sales on Thursday, right? No, what was that? Yeah, Thursday. You can see at the bottom it says Thursday, January 29th. You feel me? Boom. Around here. I was trying to take sales when it was doing this. Feel me? I don't know why, but I know why, but obviously I was wrong. So I'm gonna tell you why. So I'm gonna highlight this, and I'm gonna highlight something else. So now, whenever I'm looking for my entry, because now that I got my trend, now it's all about finding my entries on my intraday time frames. I gotta look at something. So green represents London session, red represents London/New York, and 4 red is just straight New York. So boom, we had all this volume that came in right here in Asian session. Thing is, when you're trading, you want to trade like a bank, a hedge fund, an institution. You want to trade like them. You don't want to trade just because everything else is buying or everything else is selling. You want to get in at the best prices, the cheapest prices. The banks are the only ones that know where the cheapest price is at. You feel me? So all the banks and hedge funds and institutions in Asian session took off. But what about the banks and hedge funds in London and in New York? You think they finna get in up here just because it's taking off? No. They all communicating with each other on some, all right, bro, or all right, you guys, hey, can you guys come back for us type shit? Like, we don't want to be like the retail traders. We don't want to buy up here. We want to buy down here. You feel me? So all it did was retrace in London session in New York, and we're over here like, damn, let's sell. And look, all it did was not right here. I wasn't trading over here. I'm talking over here. I'm over here like, bro, let's sell, right? Once we get over here. And I'm thinking that since we're selling so bad and we broke below this level of resistance, because now we were supposed to show support, we broke below. When we came back up, I'm expecting it to sell, which it was, and I was up like $3,000-$5,000. But remember, I'm trying to change my strategy into becoming a day trader, not a scalper. But I'm going against the trend right now. So yes, I might be at a good key level, but I'm going against I'm going the wrong way. I'm at the right key level, but I'm going the wrong way. So let me delete this. Let me delete that. I want you to remember that this is a lot of volume right here. Asian session caught it. What about London and New York? London and New York. It came back down in Asian session to retest those lows, and look, it held support. Now London and New York got the chance to catch it. And what did it do? It literally waited, and if we're on a Thursday, right, I'm gonna show you something. So consolidate for a little bit, right? London and New York. I'm gonna just remember that. For Wednesday, you know what? What is that? Sunday night, Monday morning, Tuesday night, or Monday night, Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. London/New York. So wake up at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. Really, London/New York means, hey, don't trade early London. Wait until the consolidation part. So wake up around 4 a.m. That's when it usually consolidates, right? Let's go back to that trade for it's right here. This is where it literally repeated itself, right? Or this is where the London session is looking like, hey, London session in New York has to catch the move now because it already happened. Yes, it pulled back over the past few days. It always needs a pullback so the other banks could get in for a cheaper price for the same price. It's always going to come back. But this is what people be like, oh, it's going to buy again. Nope, we lost. Oh, it's gonna buy again. Nope, we lost. Oh, it's gonna buy again. Nope, we lost. You feel me? And that shit is like, we feel like every time it's gonna go up. As retail traders, I'm not a retail trader, but I'm not thinking like one. As retail traders, we see every time we go up, it's like, damn, it's time to get in. The whole time, why not get in for the cheapest price? Why not be patient and then try to hold? You feel me? So boom, like I said, for Thursdays, you should wake up around 4 a.m. You will see that 3 a.m. was consolidated. 4 a.m. say we would have woke up right here. This candle right here. That's the 4 a.m. candle. We know that we want to buy. You want to know why? Because guess what? We broke out of our little consolidation zone. We know that we want to buy also because of the higher time frame. But we broke out of our little consolidation zone for Asian. And what did it do? When it broke out, it went to go hit a resistance before coming back to retest. And when it came to retest, what did it do? It showed support to previous resistance in this consolidation. So that's just our lower time frame to get in on the entry around 4 a.m. But say we didn't even get in, right? Say we're still consolidating. Right? Say we're still consolidating. But we know we want to buy. We know for sure we want to buy. Look how easy, right here. I want to say right there, because that's the first resistance. So boom. Say we came in at 4 a.m. We're in at, let's get all the way right here. Say we're in at 4 a.m. This is where the box started. We didn't go through all of this consolidation. We didn't go through none of this because we wasn't near the charts. Now we're in the charts. And we know that we got our higher time frames in confluence. We know that we're looking for an uptrend. We know that now these London session and New York session banks are ready to catch this move that happened, that it just happened. We got a lot of orders to fill in. We want to catch it, but we need to know how to catch it. So boom, we're in consolidation now, the lower time frame. We got our session, we got our volume, we know the trend that we want to take. Now it's all about how do we enter. I'm on my 5 minute. I want to break out of consolidation. My consolidation means when it breaks out of this zone, this highlighted rectangle, when it broke out once, it never closed above. It closed right back below. Now when it closed out twice, it closed above. So now that we're trading above it, now it's like, okay, now we need to look for an entry, right? And this is where it's all about just having confidence in taking your trade. We're above our previous resistance. We're now showing support. Boom. At that candle, we're going, right? We got our stop loss for 10 to 15 pips. 10 to 15 pips, because look, if it breaks back into consolidation, we lost. We definitely lost. It's over with, right? That's if we wanted to get in right there. What about if we actually came to the charts at 4 a.m. and we're like, hey, bro, we're in consolidation, but we know we want to buy. Well, when you're in consolidation, you want to buy at the bottom, sell at the top. So yes, you can buy in consolidation, but you want to get in at the cheapest price. So I'm going to find support or resistance in my consolidation. I see some right here. That's for a form of support. When it closed under, what did it do? Closed right back above. So now when it comes back to retest, you can get in for your entry. So now if you want to enter, you find a way to get entered in that area. And now you can put a 15 pip stop loss or a 10 pip stop loss, even in, let's just say, put it under there, right? I know it's really 10 pips, but it is what it is. Now we're holding for our regular trade that we want to catch this whole move back up. This is the type of trader I want to be. How long did it take? It took about a day. It ended off in an Asian session. But say we closed for New York, and we just caught it up here. Before New York closed, it's like, hey, we done, da-da-da-da-da. Say we didn't even catch that move. Say we just closed by the time New York opened, right? Or New York lunchtime. Bro, that's a quick 6 to 1, 7 to 1. But the type of trader I know I'm going to be is this type of trader. 14 to 1, 10 to 1, 20 to 1. It's easy once you master all your time frame correlations. Like you just able to correlate all your time frames. Once you master that, and then put the fundamentals with it. Like, hey, what about these banks? They didn't get to get in yet. Okay, well that's where we want to get in. We want to get in for those prices. So once you master that part, bro, the time frames, you master your strategy on what you even look for and how you get in. Holding a trade is all psychological. You feel me? But first you gotta master your strategy. Once you master your strategy, bro, you're gonna see it again. So boom. We caught that trade, right? Let's say we caught that trade. We go on to the next session. Say we couldn't catch the next trade. We're in an uptrend. So when you're in an uptrend and you're not at a trend line, now it's like, okay, bet. So we came down to retest, Now we're up here for the next day. When you're looking for a trade and you're in an uptrend, you want to look for previous resistance to get retested. That's all you're looking for, is previous resistance to get retested, right? I see resistance right here, and I see support, previous resistance now showing support right here. Now, did we come back down in the Asian session to retest this level? No, we did not. But what about my psychological levels anyway? What about another level that I could find resistance or support at in between here? I'm going to put this at 500. Boom. So let's see if that matches up with any support or resistance. We got resistance, support. You feel me? So boom, say we at this day. We know that we have support or resistance, but we need to see how it reacts around that level to get in for an entry. What do we have once again? We're on a Friday. Let's see what it says for Friday, what days we should be trading, or what times we should be trading on a Friday. It says Friday, end of London / New York, wake up around 4 a.m. All right? This is me back testing. Let's go back to Let's go back to the day that we were back testing. It's right here. Let's make sure we're waking up around 4 a.m. We got consolidation, so we can mark that box of consolidation, because that's all I'm looking for, is my consolidation to break out and continue my way. So boom, consolidation. We need to wake up around 4 a.m. All right, move already happened, or it already started at 3:45. So I can go back in my notes and be like, hey, maybe we should wake up around London open and just be patient for Thursdays. You feel me? So Thursdays we need to be patient, or Fridays we need to be patient. Or Fridays it can happen a little earlier, so we can put, hey, let's wake up at London and actually discipline. You feel me? So boom. We could have caught this trade for sure. But say we didn't even catch this trade. Now we're looking for previous resistance and support again. What do we have? We have a form of support that got broken. When it came back up here, it broke right back above. So on a higher time frame, you'll see. Where the fuck is it? Over here. You'll see that on the higher. No, we can even go to an hourly. So boom, you'll see that this is a form of resistance, but all it did was make a bullish variation to close right back above. That's still support. Now, how do we get in on a lower time frame to catch the rest of that move? Now, bro, for girls or women, you feel me? You never know who's watching this. Look at the pattern. I wake up at 4 a.m. around 4:45. Boom, I have a form of support and resistance. I already know I'm going with my trend. Why would I be afraid to take a trade off of a bullish variation around this area to keep my stop loss under here? Why would I be afraid? That's a good trade. That's better than paper cutting my account or taking a trade in the Asian session or any dumb shit that where I done lost plenty of trades. Why can't I take this trade? You feel me? Why not? Why not have a day trade and now we're going to finish this move all the way up? This is all London session, so I'm in this trade. 150 some pips, but boom, say we just caught its previous resistance or previous support, which is down here. But look, easy bread, easy. No drawdown, barely. We might have had a nice pullback. But bruh, these are the type of trades I'm looking for. But I wouldn't be able to call them until I actually followed all my rules. So I could literally put in my shit for Fridays, or I could put it on here right now. Ain't no wake up at 4 a.m. It's hey, wake up at 2 or 4 a.m. Either way, I'm gonna win if I'm going with the trend, if I'm going with my, feel me? So, the last trade I'm gonna show is, we're gonna delete these, and I don't want the camera to turn off or anything like that. We're gonna delete all of this, so boom. Now, I tried to catch a buy yesterday, or this morning. I caught the buy, for sure, I caught it. But, now mind you, I have my trend line set on the second hit. So at this point, I'm on some, hey, we're looking for buys. Let's take the trade. I'm thinking we close back above. Thing is, I was trying to take my trade down here. So I'm looking for buys, but it was really above 875. Thing is, if it would have came to 875, I would have got faked out, which one of my boys did get faked out, and it just happens. But I kind of didn't communicate that hey, you need to wait, because if it came all the way down here and we're looking for it to fake out, we could get consolidated and it could pull back, which is obviously did. So my entry was around 610 or 600. It was around here. Stop loss was under those lows. All right. So boom, stop loss was under those lows. I was up about 20-30 pips, was up about 20,000, 20K. I wanted to focus on my psychology with holding big trades. You feel me? I went in with like 100 lots. It's up 20K. When it pulled back again, right? It pulled back. Ended up putting in another lot size. Why that bitch go up to like another 10K, 12K? You feel me? Ended up consolidating. Obviously, we know how it did. Once you break even, stop me out, get in, stop me out, get in, stop me out. The whole time, it just wasn't ready yet, because I had my levels of support. I had my levels of support and resistance right here. Right? It looks good, right? It looks pretty good. No? Nah, it doesn't look good. The right level is down here. Look how much volume came in right here, rather than volume came in over here. That's what a volume is. This is where the level is. This is the good level. This is where the major support is. You feel me? You wanna know what else this is? You wanna know what else the second line is? A psychological level. 500. 500, Trey. 500. So boom. I try to get in at 640 or 680 or 610. If somebody come to you and be like, hey, I got this item, I want to buy it, or I will sell it to you for $161.38. Or if somebody be like, hey, I got this item, I want to sell this to you for $161.50. You're going to be like, all right, bro, here, just go to $161.50. You ain't going to want to get out your pocket for 38 cents and the extra, all the other shit. That's psychological. It's on. So I want the easiest way. So why not transfer that shit onto the charts? That's what I mean by psychological levels. Cheap. It's just an easier price to get in. More shit happens around that level. Feel me? So obviously, if I would have never got in around here, and if I would have followed my rules for a Friday, to where it's 2 a.m. or 4 a.m., I would have seen that, hey, we got all the way to 4. If we would have got all the way to 4 a.m., would have seemed like, okay, we haven't got down to our psychological level, so I'm still waiting. We got all the way into 5, right? So it says wake up at 4 a.m. It didn't say take a trade. We got all the way to 5 a.m. Boom. Say we did want to take a trade because we're at the psychological level, right? We tapped the zone. Say we did want to take the trade. Say we got in 10 to 15 pips. What would have happened as a day trader? We would have just been consolidated. But guess what? We're in at the cheapest price, so we can't really get stopped out up here if we get in up here. No. Or we can't really get stopped out down here if we get in at the cheapest price. But we could get stopped out up here, which I did, and it broke even. because I got in at a good price. So now, if I was in, I'll be up 50, 60 pips. Even with a 10 pip stop loss. Like, come on, it never hit the stop loss. But I always do my shit at 15 because of spreads and shit like that. But I'm still risking as I was risking 10 pips. So boom, I'll really be up 5-1. And with a 300K account, brother, or trade, that's $15,000 with a 300K account. If you're risking 2%, that's 30K. So it's like, why? The strategy don't change. The money just changes. The capital changes. You're doing the same shit. It's all about following your rules. So to sum it all up, from back testing and doing all of this, bro, we got trend line. You got to trade with the trend. We got support and resistance level, key levels, trying to find your psychological levels and matching it up with your trend and your entry and your sessions, right? We got consolidation on lower time frames, 5-minute, breakout, retest it to confirm it and get in for your entries. You feel me? Or bullish engulfing candles or bullish variation, or bearish engulfing candles or bearish variation, depending on if you're buying or selling. And then other than that, shit, it's all about trusting your trade. You feel me? So and making sure you're connecting your trend lines the right way. And yeah, I mean, other than that, you want to make sure if you're playing above support, you're only buying, and making sure you're just going with the trend. So I could also say that when you are selling, because you are going to have your days where it's pulling back and you're selling, the only way you're going to know if you're selling or not, is if you reach a major key level of resistance. And you're able to literally see the charts for what it is, to be like, hey, these people or these countries or these currencies didn't get the London session or the New York session or Asian session they didn't get to catch this move, and we're selling. Let's sell all the way until we catch where the big move actually happened, which is right here. You feel me? And it came back to retest. Let's see where another big move happened, which is right here. Let's see if it came back over and retested and then started going back up. Look at that, bro. Big move happened over there. If we match it up, when it came back down, it was showing support, consolidation, agreeing on price, took off again. It might not have been this big ass shot, but it never hit your stop loss if you got in at the right time. You feel me? You could try to find one more where big moves happen and it's like, hey, we got to come back and this move has to be retested. Something has to come back up here. This has to be caught. There's a lot of sellers that want to catch this move. It's either going to break through or it's going to do the same move again or find his way to do it. So it's like every move has to be caught by each session. It has to. Look how this move happened and it came back to retest and then it finished it off. You feel me? So that's how you know when you're counter trend trading. No, in other words, you're just catching the trend all the way back down into where it actually happened. So you're not really confusing yourself on if you're going against a trend or not. No, just make sure you know where you're taking it to. But you're not going to be able to identify that or notice that until you actually lose enough and learn enough to it's like, okay, I see how this shit works. Like, this shit really ain't that hard after you put everything together. You feel me? Obviously, you're going to have your days where it's going to be news, or obviously going to have your days where it's slow days, Wednesdays, Fridays, all that type of shit. But you can make a lot of money with this shit if you just follow your rules and slow it down and just trust your word, trust your instincts. You feel me? Trust what you know, trust your strategy. And from there, bro, you just keep doing the same strategy with more money, risk management, more money. But catching a 4-1, 5-1, 6-1 ain't hard if you're doing it at the right time. But if you ain't at the wrong time and you ain't got your strategy down pat and you steadily switching or critiquing it, you're gonna take L after L after L, and that's gonna distract you. You're never gonna reach that point where you're gonna get past all that shit. But as I'm losing, bro, I'm learning so much. So that's all I keep thinking about. It's like, man, when it's time, I know I'm gonna be ready because I done lost more than anybody. So other than that, I'm sure the camera finna turn off in a minute, but that's about it, man. January 27, 2023, 3:28 p.m., 3:29 p.m. And yeah, that's my little post-market analysis. I don't know if I can save it or not, but yeah, man, just make sure you really developing your strategy. And when you're in the middle of critiquing it, psychologically, you could take a downturn, but don't let that distract you. You're just critiquing it, you're willing to risk money. You're not going to be able to critique it with fake money, I promise you. So it feels bad right now, but I know in a couple months I could be up crazy amounts of money just because I never gave up. Never gave up with this shit. So that's why I'm not gonna sit here sad all day and I don't got my account or I don't got this amount of money, because all it takes is one trade for me to just and after I take that one, it can happen every day. That's why I'm blessed to have this mindset. I'm blessed to be in a position that I'm in, and I'm happy where I am right now. I know where I can be, but I'm grateful for where I am right now. So yeah, that's about it. Just following your rules, follow your strategy, and over time, the financial freedom will come. So yeah.